Hello and welcome to Chapter 5 of my Portal 2 speedrun tutorial. This chapter only has about 4 or 5 maps, and a lot of the maps are either cutscenes or just pretty simple bunny hopping chambers, so this shouldn't take too long. But for the first map right here, there is an important command that you should know, and that command is this. We're going to be doing a skip that is going to make most of the chamber incredibly dark. And it's not dark enough that you can't see. You can actually, if you've practiced with it, you can actually see just fine. Because the chamber is going to look like this. And you might be thinking, wow, that's pretty dark. But if you actually go in game and go here, this isn't... You can actually see pretty much perfectly fine here. But if you're learning, definitely is easier to have this. And if you have a bad monitor, there's a chance you might not be able to see here. So... the command is mat_ambient_light, so, and then _B, G, or R for blue, red, and green, respectively. Most people, we have a command that bind toggles all these different commands from 0 to like 0.05, and I'll be putting that command in the description, so you can just have a key, press the key, it does that, press the key again, it does that. But I'm going to be doing the tutorial with that on, so you guys can all see. Now, the first thing in this chamber is the first shot for what we call flashlight skip. Right here, this door, the green part of that door, I have to reload because I wasn't fast enough, but the green circle in that door, once it opens, wow, the green circle in the door, if you look at the right side of the green circle, when the door opens, you actually move a bit to the left. So look at the right side of that green circle, or black circle, and in the middle of it, and then as soon as the door opens, shoot. And that lines up the first shot perfectly so that you can jump from this portal to that beam. If you can't do that or don't want to do that, just shoot a portal through here and jump out here. There's a trigger here that you should probably hit because it fizzles your portals, and so you can reshoot them. Because if you hit it and you're trying it, you'll have to reshoot them again, and it's annoying. So shoot this portal here, not touching the ceiling, but a little bit lower, kind of like that. And then shoot a portal anywhere else that you can walk in. And then do this jump. It's not the easiest jump. Sometimes if you do it too early, that will happen. So wait until later than you definitely think you should to jump out of the portal. You can stand on the portal like here. So it's a weird jump. You need to practice to get the feel of it. And then once you're up here, go up here so that you get on top of this clip brush, actually. Because once you do that jump, you land here. And then get on top of the clip brush. And then here, you're going to be bunny hopping along on top of this clip brush and avoiding pipes and stuff to get all the way over to here. And it's a fairly simple bunny hop, but there are a few things to watch out for. This clip brush is fairly thin, so you don't want to like fall off, because if you fall off, you pretty much fail the skip and you'll have to reload a save or take the L. And there's also actually a hole in this clip brush here. And you'll know where the hole is because this catwalk, when it goes out to the left, that's a hole. You can't walk over it. And if you fall down that hole, you fail. You have to reload a save. It's fairly easy to jump over, so just watch out for that. What I do, and if you have any decent bunny hops, you can do this, is I wall strafe up here, do a 180-degree circle jump, and then do 4 or 5 hops here. Jump over right to this pipe, jump back over left, and then jump, and I'm here. Because there's an invisible wall here that you have to jump over, basically. That's the route. That's the trick. You have to jump over the wall. And if you don't jump over the wall, like if you land here, you fail the trick. You have to reload your save. So once you're over the wall, most of the rest of this chamber is just easy bunny hopping. Getting better at this chamber is just getting better at bunny hopping. That's all it is. So I will show roughly what I do in speedruns. You might not be able to copy it perfectly, but it's a good guide. Right here, there's 2 things you can do. You can, if you go fast enough, you can land down here, jump, and these panels will be perfectly aligned so that they won't hit you. You'll see right here that panel was very in my way. But if you're not fast enough, something cool you can do is you can land on this catwalk, and then jump here to land on this one, and jump here to land on this beam. And if you land on the beam, you can just jump over all of those moving platforms and all these orange things, and it makes it maybe a bit easier, I'm not sure. But then land down here either way. Fall down here. Just keep jumping. There's one small thing coming up. You can just jump over here and then go all the way around. Or you can do this jump, which saves like a second. And then here, don't worry, you can't die here. Shoot a portal there, 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 there. And if you go mildly fast at all, these panels will not be in your way. They're lined up perfectly. So shoot those 3 shots. And then jump here. If you can jump on the catwalks, I think it's a bit faster, but it's more risky. Jump down here. You want to try to land on this pipe, and then shoot a portal here while you're falling down, so if you miss this pipe, you can just shoot there, and you'll be back up. And then shoot there to the back, and you're done with the chamber. You can turn the Fulbright command off, and you're on to the next chamber. This chamber is the hardest one in the chapter, but it's not really that hard. This is the chamber. Well, first thing, there's a portal surface here. Try to shoot on the right side of it. Don't shoot too right because you'll hit that. You can actually shoot pretty much in the middle, and you'll still be able to do it. Also, don't shoot too high, because then when you jump out, you'll hit that thing, and that's bad. So shoot roughly in the bottom right corner, and then do a reportal. Like that. You don't have to get the reportal, but it saves like a second. Then jump here, and onto here. Something noteworthy. If you are on this side, there's a clip brush here. If you're on this side, or even here, of the conveyor belt, it won't push you back. But if you're here, it will. So bunny hopping, if you can bunny hop on the side, it is a bit faster. But it's a bit riskier because you can easily fall off. And then jump over here to the left. Through here. Once you're in this room, there's a cool thing you can do to skip this section. Shoot a portal here, and then here. Now you can do a portal stand here by shooting and then backing into the portal at the same time. It's sort of a narrow shot. You can shoot on this wall or this wall, but I like shooting on this wall because it makes this jump easier. If I shoot on this wall, I have to do like a 180. And then just speed wall straight through here, ideally. Normally you'd have to grab 1 defective turret here, or even 2 defective turrets. The old speedrun route used 2 defective turrets, and you could fly up there and go over some clip brushes. I will link to that in the description, but there is a route that is pretty much faster and doesn't involve any turrets, so it doesn't involve any RNG, which is very nice. So I will be going over that. If you want to do the old route, then I have some tutorials linked in the description. So here, once you get into this room, shoot a portal there, and then jump to the right. So you land in this corner. Don't be like here, just land here. And then you'll also need those numbers in the top left corner for this. So you're going to want to look at this kind of faint line. You might be able to see it. It might be different on different detail levels. I run my game on low settings. But look at about this line, and the first number in your angle, have that at negative 2920. Make sure you're still pretty much on the line, and then fire a portal. Now, for this shot, you have to have this orange portal in the bottom left corner of the... bottom left corner of this. If it's like here or here, the shot will not work. So bottom left corner of this, and then get in this corner. It's consistent to get in this corner here. And then make sure the third number in your position ends in about 0.93. If it's like 0.9 something, then you're good. Look at this sort of strip setup. Don't look too much to the left because then you miss it, but look either with it or slightly to the right. And then press your sensitivity bind. I forgot to mention, you should be using your sensitivity bind here because these shots are all very precise. And then look, so the first number in your angle is negative 0.02. And then shoot the color opposite of the one you're standing in. And you'll shoot straight through the door. If that doesn't work, try shooting like negative 0.01 or negative 0.03. That should always work. And if it doesn't work, make sure the last number in your position still ends in 0.93. Because if it doesn't, then you won't be able to get the shot. So negative 0.02, possibly negative 0.03, negative 0.01. Once you get the shot, just back up, and then you're here. Put your sensitivity back to normal, and then jump through. The rest of this is just bunny hopping. I'll do it real quick. Something noteworthy here is that if you go slow, like if you don't go fast enough, you can get caught on Wheatley. Like if you jump, you get stuck in Wheatley, and it takes forever to get let down. So if you can't go fast enough to outrun Wheatley, then just wait for him to pass you, because this is really annoying. This, I think I might actually be soft locked here. So if you can't go fast enough to outrun Wheatley like this is about how fast you have to be. You can be a little bit slower. If you can't go fast enough to outrun Wheatley, let him pass you. Like so. And speedwall strafe here. The trigger to open this door is like, hit it here, so just keep going in a straight line. And then go through the door. Now we're on to Neurotoxin Sabotage. This entire map is on a cycle. So you want to go as fast as possible from the very beginning if you want to get the good cycle. If you're just starting out, you probably won't be able to get the good cycle, I'm guessing. Like, even that mistake might be enough to make sure I don't get it. But it's just bunny hopping through. Something to mention, if you go the doors that open, like the doors that we shot through in the last map, if you go through the side of those doors, so that you're not going through the like little half circle part, it is actually faster. It by like a few ticks, but then get through here, ride the elevator, get out of here, press the button as early as possible, because that will open that door. And there's something to note here. This door right here, this one, you can shoot through it. And that means that there's panels here. You can shoot the panels. I use that a little cheat command so that the door isn't drawn. You can't use that command in runs. So that means while this door is opening, you can shoot these panels. And you can also use the Fulbright command here if you want a little better visibility. But let me show you what it looks like with all the visibility options, of course. Let me show you what the ideal fast cycle looks like. I'll go through the side of this door because it's faster. Same thing here. And if your hop timing isn't perfect there, you might have to walk a little bit through that door. That's fine. See that shot? Hit it. And then the laser will spawn in. It'll cut those two. It's a bit glitched, because I wasn't drawing the laser, but let me show you what it looks like with that. So shoot through the door, and then the laser should cut these two pipes. So as soon as you hear the laser cut that pipe, shoot there, and then it cuts 3 pipes, shoot like there, there, and there again. And that should cut all the pipes for you. Of course, you might not be able to go that fast, in which case you'll just have to kind of make up the route for cutting the lasers. Just cut them all as fast as possible. It's pretty simple. And then once you've done that, hold W against this door, because if you don't hold W, you won't go through. And then this next map is totally a cutscene. You don't have to do a single thing. There's no way to lose or save any time. So I will actually skip it. but it's about a minute of cutscene. And then this next map opens right here. It doesn't open with an elevator, so you have to go left immediately, and then strafe up here. Right here, there's two things you can do. You can jump to get to here, or you can shoot portals. I think shooting portals is a bit faster, but it doesn't really matter. And once you're here, shoot a portal there and there. This portal, if you hit the portal helper, you can just jump straight through this portal, and that means you'll have upward momentum. But if you don't hit the portal helper, like say you do that, then you have to go left through the portal. But it's really nothing. Just open this door as fast as possible. The fake door. And then this triggers a really long cutscene, so I'm gonna see how much I can speed this up. Oh, something to note there. You're gonna want to stand in like the middle of those and try to fall through as early as possible, because that actually does lose time if you wait there. Then land in here. There's a huge cutscene. GLaDOS is gonna try to kill us with turrets. And then once that doesn't work, because we're supposed to break the turrets, she's going to try to kill us with Neurotoxin, but that doesn't work because we got the Neurotoxin done. And then Wheatley's going to fall through. Once Wheatley falls through, just pick him up, you can go out. This is another huge cutscene. Wait about, I think it's about 30 seconds. And then this panel's going to open. Once it opens, you'll have to hold Wheatley there. You don't have to do anything. Just make sure Wheatley gets in there. If GLaDOS is core and she gets cut off there, that means you did it fine. I'm gonna have dialogue here, so I know the timings.
No. Stalemate detected. Transfer procedure cannot continue. Yes. Unless a stalemate associate is present to press the stalemate resolution.
So right about here, these panels are gonna open, and you want to hit that button as early as possible. But you'll notice this happens. So there's a few ways that you can get over that. The easiest way probably is to just shoot there, here, and then go around. This is like intended. The way I do is I do a fling here. I do a circle jump into a portal, and then I go over the panels. But you can also do like a reportal. I haven't done this, so I'm not used to the timings, but I don't exactly know that, but there are 3 ways to do it, so you can do that, hit the button. But basically hit the button as fast as possible, and then get out of the room as fast as possible. Because there's actually a trigger right, see where the triggers are right here, and you have to hit these as fast as possible, otherwise the cutscene won't start, so. Actually, it's right about here. Here, never. Just get out of that room and into about here as fast as possible, because then the cutscene starts. The only thing you need to know for this cutscene is you do actually have to look at GLaDOS. Also, get over here, because you'll need to be here for a trade. But you do need to look at GLaDOS while she's screaming, otherwise she won't continue. Like, look at this. It's taking forever. You have to look at GLaDOS. Otherwise you'll lose forever. And then once she starts her second phase of screaming, you can line up about here. There's like 1, 2, and it's in the middle. It's not precise, but just get about there. And then look in the center of here. This is just a lineup for... This is a lineup for this skip we're going to do. There's going to be an elevator that comes out of this floor, and what we want to do is be on top of the elevator. Because if we're on top of the elevator, that means that once it starts going up, we can actually jump out of it and then jump through the hole, saving literally 2.5 minutes. It is the biggest single biggest skip in the game. So this is what the skip looks like. Just like that. And the hardest thing about the skip is if you get on top of the elevator, it will try to push you off. So this is what it looks like if this is like a pretty easy way to miss it. It'll just push you off. And then you have to reload your save. because getting in this elevator loses literally 2.5 minutes, so I would highly advise you to make a save and try for this over and over again. So there's a few setups. What you can do is start moving when the top of the elevator is flush with the floor, or you can start moving there and then jump about when the ding is. I've heard that works. Like that ding. Basically, this is just something you have to practice. It's not too hard. And then you do have to stand at the back of the elevator. If you stand in the front of the elevator when it's going up, it won't trigger, and then you'll have to go back in the elevator, and it's sad. Like that happened, and then it doesn't work. You have to stand in the back of the elevator when it's going up. When it reaches the top, I should say. It's like this. Also, I would be moving when it happens, because if you're not moving, you can get stuck. When you get stuck, you'll always get released in time, but it can lose like a second. So then once you've done that trick, just wait for him to stop talking in Spanish, all this cutscene, and then it's going to start moving up. And right when he says huge, you can jump out of this elevator and then strafe down here. And ideally what you want to do is strafe out of the elevator and straight into here. But that's kind of hard. Just get into this hole as soon as possible, because at the bottom of this hole, the level will change. And that's the end of Chapter 5.